All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, and I'm going to start at verse 15, and it says, "Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore, by their fruits ye shall know them." I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. Shalom to you brothers out there that are laboring, enduring the elements, making your body a living sacrifice, trying to seal the elect, making your call and election assured, seeking out your own salvation, as well as you sisters that are learning, listening, applying, being obedient to your husbands. Shalom, shalom. Again, it's the brother Zechariah coming back to you with another one, and Lord willing, this be edifying, okay? So, this is kind of a part 2 of the lesson last night, which, like I said, I don't normally do these type of lessons, but I always if somebody comes up against me and they come in a way, and they try to justify it, I've learned, because I've had brothers in the past come up against me, and they were very subtle with everything. The way, you have to watch your wording, you have to watch what you say, do, move, everything, because they'll use it against you, okay? Deceitful men, okay, in this thing. You have to be very careful about that. That's why I wanted to start off with Matthew, the 7th chapter, all right? As I was talking about this guy that came up against me, and I mentioned him yesterday, which is he's look like, just looking at his face and his countenance, he's a young individual, but he seems like he's he's not very well studied. He might watch maybe a lot of videos, which there's a saying, and I don't know if the young folk might know it, but like us older folk, they'll tell a certain individual, man, you watch too many movies. You know what I'm saying? Well, in this case, you watch too many videos, which, some might say, well, ain't watching a bunch of lessons good? Yeah, you can watch a bunch of lessons, but you also got to take time to study, because one of the things the elders will say, I've said it, a true man of the Lord is going to say it. Hey, don't just take my word for it. Go study, go research, study these things. Look this up for yourself, okay? Don't just take our word just for fact, okay? Let God be true and every man a liar, all right? And that's the thing, because see, we're not speaking our own words. We're speaking thus saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, and that's what I try to deal with. I'm not perfect, because I am a man, and I'm in this flesh, this prison, this flesh. We're working hard, man, because we want those bodies. All right, but I'm a man, and like I said yesterday's lesson, a just man will fall 7 times. Okay, so you will fall. None of us are perfect. It even tells you in the scriptures that the elect are going to be scarcely saved. All right. Look those words up. Look what they mean and stuff. That's why it's very important to study and understand, and you'll realize, how everything will play out. Okay. Now, do we know that we're going to be delivered? For certain? Absolutely not. And I wouldn't have it no other way. Matter of fact, I think it's very genius of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai to even have it set up that way, because, man, just thinking, if you're for sure, 100% sure that you are the elect and stuff, the type of pride and boastfulness, even though people are like that now, this flexing and think that they can talk and do any kind of thing to their fellow brothers, which when Yahweh Shai left, he left with 2 commandments. He said these are 2 key ones, all right, which the second one was really going into that brotherly love, which a lot of brothers lack that, and they think that it might just be those amongst them, around them, but hey, man, because you could be around brothers, and I ain't saying being around them like as far as hanging with them personally, because we're all in different states and stuff like that, but the way that they act towards you on social media, they don't include you in anything. They act funny. If one has an issue with you, then they all do. It's a lot of weird energy. All right, and I try to just stay away from that. And I stay to myself. I don't bother nobody. I just really just be on there trying to push truth. And I know, like, one of the things they'll say is Jake is he can't take rebuke, and that's not the case. And I'm gonna continue saying it and bring it out, because if you say that about me, then you're bearing false witness. Because I'll tell you, rebuke is good, man. Rebuke is good, and I welcome it. I said, man, if I go off on anything, hey, let me know, point it out, okay? Because I want to be delivered. And if you're a sincere brother and you're just telling me and being sincere, hey, you saving my soul. And plus it says, if he can take the correction and rebuke, you gain a brother. All right. But that guy wasn't even following my page and all that. He ain't following my page. And he was, and I looked on my stories and he was in there looking, he's watching my post and stuff, on my story, because my stuff is not, it's not private, it's public for everyone to see, But, he just seemed like a guy that he just kind of recite words, all right? And that's why I said, you want to be careful, because there's a lot of, false prophets, but also false brethren as well. Okay, this is Galatians 2:4 says, and that because of false brethren unawares, because it says, you got people crept in unawares, all right? But you also got false brethren, all right? They'll hit you with the shalawams and all that. And that's why I always said this, that all shalawam, every shalawam ain't sincere. You got, they come like that. They got that, like Esau, man. Because, the words are smooth as butter. They hit you with a shalawam, but it ain't really sincere. Because right after they say that, they come with some BS, man, and start talking crazy. And then try to end it. And that's how he did it when I showed you the video, which I'm not going to try to get into all that again on this one, but I'm just wanting to show you more of an example, because what these guys will do is try to twist your words and make you out to be like you're not a man of the Lord. Meanwhile, you go look at their page, and because you says, that's why I started off, you'll know them by their fruits, all right? And they're going to say, well, the truth is being pushed out on YouTube and YouTube only, but yet he's got a Twitter. What are you doing on Twitter then? If that's the, because that's what he will believe. That's what you believe, right? I don't believe that. I believe that the truth will be pushed throughout the four corners. If that was the case, why are these devils trying to take down TikTok? And not just TikTok, that TikTok is the one that they're targeting. And I think because they say it's owned by the Chinese, but ultimately they want all these. There's been issues with the, Instagram, Facebook and stuff. They're getting things in motion for that famine of the word, man. All right. But again, it says, and that because of false brethren unawares brought in who came in privily to spy out our liberty, which we have in Hamashiach Yahushai, that they might bring us into bondage. Hey, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't, and just constantly, putting more and more of a heavy burden on you. And which the scriptures warn you of men that'll do that. You got men that are sitting themselves up in Moses' seat, the seat of Moses, man. So, and like I said, things are starting to show more and more, if you really you analyze and look at these guys, you'll find out some of these guys are going against the scriptures. Oh, well, we can't fully keep stuff. We're in Babylon, and yeah, to a certain degree, yeah. But a lot of y'all use that. You're no different than a Christian. All the laws are done away with, so you can just do this and do that and all this. Meanwhile, you're doing all kind of wickedness and stuff, and you won't point out certain things. All right. So you got certain Jakes. And like I said, and I don't know if I brought this out or not, I didn't bring this precept, but I did in my description on my lesson that I did, but I wanted to bring James 1:8. It says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, okay? And the reason I'm saying unstable is because what he did, which I want to go to. Okay. And I just put in my description, all right, I wanted to just show this real quick. And it says, a Jake who I don't follow, nor does he follow my page, apparently commented on a recent post about some images going off, okay, which I went into and I was listening. I said, I am not above reproof and rebuke, but I told him to inbox me instead of making a public comment on the matter. He seems to think open rebuke is in front of everyone when it's a matter between me and him, showing you that not all men study in his truth, okay? And that's when I was saying, I apologize on the images, but a man went from saying they going off to complimenting me, which he did on that same post. You know, you go back on my first lesson and I showed you when I was going in his comments, he started off by say he hit me with the shalom, which I'm like, you know, hey, you know what I'm saying, shalom back, you know, but then I'm looking, he's telling me I'm going off, so I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure out which images was it that I did and stuff, because, you know, I get in the mode of, man, apologizing and everything, because, you know, we're being sincere, you know. I don't want to make, you know, first and foremost, I don't want to make Yahweh Shema Shah mad, okay? You know, it don't matter, because you can make Jake mad in this thing all day. Now, I said, I mean, I'm not going to just go around offending the little one that believe on Yahweh Shema Shah. Now, but if Jake just get mad at you for no damn reason, hey, I can't help that, you know. All right. But like I said, he thinks that, you know, that open rebuke, man, is publicly, all right. And then, let's see, you know, like I said, it's between me and you, all right. And I said, I apologize on the images, but a man went from saying they going off, then complimenting me on the same post, then then messaging me saying that they are flawed. You know, so I believe his very last comment, okay? You know, a man will start off, you know, he tell you you're going off, then he says, in the same sentence, he's complimenting my artwork, like, oh, but your artwork is good, man, you know. Just saying, you know, put a stain on the ministry and everything. You know, that's what he said. So then, in the inbox, which I showed the messages and everything, he said they're flawed. All right, which pretty much is just saying they ain't no good. After he commented them, so what is it? Which one is it? All right, that's a double-minded man. All right. It said, lets me know I'm dealing with a confused individual. Yes, because he's double-minded, all right, who recites what he heard and doesn't read for himself, you know, because a true man of the Lord is going to tell you to go ahead and read. Don't just take my word, you know. You know, we're not that type of, we're not, because that's a level of pride. Like, you know, when I say go and when I stand, you know, I'm a man of the Lord. You better believe me. You know, we're not like that, you know. We want you to study and everything, and that's what I've done in this thing. You know, you actually look at the scriptures, all right, and live by it, all right. So I just wanted to show that real quick, okay. Now, also, it was something else, because he tried to say, which we talked about the Eve, not Eve, Salakia, not Eve, but it was, what's her name? Rebecca, all right. You know, she was with the twins, Jacob and Esau, all right? And I had the artwork, and then her belly was being shown, because he said that some of them were bellies were being shown, which he didn't tell me which pictures it was, but I believe it was that one. And then I showed those other pictures where it looked like some of the Northern Kingdom women, they might have had where the belly was kind of exposed a little bit, but it wasn't really visible like that, like it's showing her whole belly and everything. But I guess because she's not modestly covered up. All right, and there were some that I'm not sure how high the top really go, but Jake was kind of in the way anyway, so I kind of posted them because I'm like, it's not showing their breasts or even the line, like the cleavage. It ain't showing no cleavage or nothing, but that's what he said, you know, which, you know, he could more than likely, you know, he's probably bearing false witness on that. All right, but this is what I wanted to bring up, which I hate to do it, but I wanted to show an example. So this is okay. You know, 239 people like this post, and these are people of the same camp, you know. So that's okay that OJ, you know, this with OJ, all these Edomite women, which, you know, really it's best to deal with the people of your own nation, which our people are modest, but you want to show a bunch of, you know, scrawny Edomite women with most of them with blonde hair and leprosy, with OJ laughing and stuff, and this is supposed to be cool. All right. And everybody will be liking and commenting and all that. You know what I'm saying? So this is okay. But you got a lot to say, you know, about my post. And I'm just trying to edify my people. Like I said, I'm not above, you know, reproof, man. Correction and stuff. I'm not, you know. And if anything, I'm like, hey, if I go off on something, let me know, you know. So, but I'm just saying, you know, you start to check out these individuals and you notice nothing will be said. You know, because I went into the other lesson about, he was talking about lineups and stuff, and I've seen guys, man, that have tapers and all that, and I'm pretty sure other brothers have too, but you know, ain't nothing gonna be said, because it's really all about, it's a favoritism thing, okay? And no matter what it is, even Austin is truth, there's always that favoritism, okay? It's a favoritism amongst Israel, all right? Like, these certain individuals can do whatever they want, but you can't do that though. you know. So I just wanted to share that real quick, okay? And like I said, this is not really supposed to be long, all right? All right, and then before we go there, I want to go to Instagram, all right? Because I want to go back to his page, all right? Because there was something else that I wanted to share, all right? Let's see. Not share, but just or bring to your attention, all right? Because when I scrolled on his page, I didn't go too far. I kind of just went around here and that was it. And I actually used this picture, which I'm not too sure. You know, it looked like he might be knocking his mustache off too, which that would be going off. Like I said, he looked like he's a very young guy, man. You know, he looked really young. He looked like he's under the age. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like 16 or 17, if that. You know, but I don't know. But this was last year. He's young, man. Which that don't mean nothing. Like I said, I've learned. I was taught things from very young individuals. But it looks like he's knocking his mustache off. I don't know. And if he's doing that, the scriptures is against that. You know, you go into the book of Leviticus. I don't know. But a lot of these guys that will jump on you, they feel like they can do whatever they want. But this is what I was coming to. The exercise, you know, which some are going to say, hey, well, what's wrong with exercise? There's nothing wrong with exercise. But at the same time, you know, when you all up in these gyms, and a lot of times, you know, like, and we're supposed to be men of the Lord and supposed to be edifying our people. All right. But then again, he'll say that we're not called to push truth on Instagram. We're just on here for bullshit and stuff. You know, there's some that said that. All right. And I just wanted to show y'all this. You know, because you don't see me doing this. Hey, I'm pushing truth. You know, now I post a little funny stuff in my stories, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I understand, you know, Jake be going through stuff. And look, he posted something here with the China stuff. But look. And somebody else is obviously working the camera showing him doing this. Is this really you doing this to like motivate? Oh, but look, you're showing your legs and stuff. You can cause women. You should be covered up. Look, you should be covered up. Women, you can cause women to err. They may follow your page, want some truth, and they're on there looking at your thighs. You know? Even if you're not pushing truth on here, you still shouldn't be doing this. And I don't even know about even doing that type of exercise. That look kind of suspect, man. I'm sorry. You know, and like I said, I'm not trying to be funny or this ain't no get back or nothing like that. But it's just, you know, the Bible says you'll know them by their fruits. Okay? But I showed all that to say this. I wanted to go to this. This is 1 Timothy 4:8. It says, for bodily exercise profiteth little. You see that? But godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is and of that which is to come. All right. So the hell with this exercise stuff. Now is exercise going off? No, you can exercise. Me personally, if I was going to do some exercise, like I might go for like a jog. I might walk. I could do sit-up, push-ups from the comforts of my home instead of being in one of those gyms, man. Because when you're talking about me and talking about certain images and it could put a stain on the ministry. Meanwhile, bro, you could be in those gyms and you know the type of women that come in there and the type of clothes that they wear, and it's very provocative. That can cause you to lust and go off. Okay? So and plus not only that, some of these men that go in there and work out, they're sodomites. They are sodomites. That's why like you know, and I've never been to San Francisco, but I've heard plenty of people that have went in testimonies, and they'll tell you like some of those sodomites out there. He said, man, they're like gangs out there. He said, man, they you know, you say something to them, they'll fool around and they commit a lot of crimes. They said that they'll probably rape you or something. I don't know, but this is what I wanted to mention is that a lot of them work out. They be real big muscular men, okay, but these guys are sissies. They sodomites, all right, and they be walking their little poodles and dogs and stuff. But I'm just saying, like, you go in there, and a lot of those these sodomites, they actually work out. They be in these gyms, man. So you got that as well too, man. Because when you look up and understand where gyms come from, which I think the Greek word for like gym is like gymnos, but it goes back to the Greek. It's a Greek custom, all right? Which I wanted to pull this up. It says gymnasium Greek homosexual, let's see, homosexuality, all right? And hold on, all right? And it says gymnasiums where naked men and boys, see that? Okay, exercise and worked out together were regarded as breeding grounds for homoerotic impulses. You see that? And it says at extreme end, members of Magna Mat cults dressed in women's clothes, which we know the scripture says not to put on women garments. Okay? And sometimes castrated themselves. And you know what the Bible says about that too, man. You see? But it go back to that word gymnos. All right? You can't make this up. And look at that, man. Those images. And you know, a good diligent brother, you know, I know some brothers came up against him, but one of the guys that came up against him, he was known to post a lot of, he was in the gym and he was posting pictures of himself all on his page, and he was showing his chest. I mean, it was like damn near like it just, I think he had like these real, I don't know if they were tight shorts or like underwear, but he was damn near like just naked. Only thing he had on was his underwear, but he was showing his legs and all, like flexing, like one of them little bodybuilder guys. You know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. That's going off, man. And he brought that out. And I know brothers will look past that, you know, well, so-and-so, you know, because there's a lot of favoritism, okay? But when you look at gyms and where they come from, because, you know, they'll tell our people, like this guy, he might speak a bit against Christmas, Thanksgiving, things like that. But what about the gym? The gym is a heathen custom too. This goes back to the Greek. We're not Greeks. We're Israelites. All right? Like I said, is working out wrong? No. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need to be around in those gyms, man. Even these modern gyms, you know, and I've done plenty of lessons, the folly and stuff that goes on in them. You know what I'm saying? There's spirits in there, demons, all that kind of stuff, man. You know, I wouldn't want to be caught in there. You know, because he was talking about me. He said, no need to get emotional. That's what he was telling me. Meanwhile, you was in your emotions. You was in your emotions about some images, man. Which, like I said, it's not, you know, and it's not me saying, you know, like on some get back or nothing like that. But, hey, man, hey, you know, when you come up against me and point out certain things, and I don't know who you are, I'm going to test your spirit, because I want to see if you're being sincere. If you're really, you know, really doing it in love and sincerity, or are you just some disgruntled brother coming up against me? Maybe you are sided with somebody who had issues with me in the past, and you've been watching my page, and you just couldn't wait for your moment to, you know, see something, aha, I got him, and then come up against me. You know, I think about those things. You know, you're not dealing, you know, see, I'm an OG, and one of the old sayings that we would say is like, I was born at night, but not last night. And you're not dealing with somebody, you know, like that, man. And that's why, you know, after we were talking, hey, he was, he was gone. He didn't say nothing else. You know, the Bible tell you the wicked flee when no man pursue. All right. But like I said, this is also some other stuff, and it says the history of gymnasiums dates back to ancient Greece. See, like I said, all right, where the literal meaning of the Greek word gymnasium was school for naked exercise. All right, the gymnasiums were of Greek significance to the ancient Greeks, and every important city had at least one. All right, so you see that they had them gymnasiums. All right, and this is another thing. This is why I want to show y'all this. See, when you look at the ancient Greek statues, look, a bunch of naked men and stuff like that. Look at that. They got some where they be like two men wrestling with each other and stuff, naked and stuff, because that's what these devils be doing, man. All right. You see what I'm saying? Look, they got him talking to a woman. He probably don't even want that. He probably looking like, man, what are you doing here? Put me a man around here or something. Just going off, man. Hey, how about Shemel Shah ain't dealing with this, man? And he ain't, for sure, he's not dealing with them gyms, man. All right. And this is one of the scriptures that they like to bring out. Certain individuals, they'll bring out the book of Sirach, starting, you know, chapter 30, starting at verse 15. It says, health and good estate of body are above all gold, and strong body above infinite wealth. Because they'll say, see, strong body. But a lot of your strong body is really you watching what you eat too. Because you could do all that exercise and you can still be eating a lot of defiled food, which most of this food is defiled anyways. But like I said, you want to be mindful and watch what you eat, read boxes and ingredients. A lot of jakes don't do that, even if it's true. Oh, we're gonna get those new bodies anyways. You know, hey, you gotta be careful. This devil man, he's slipping all kind of stuff inside this stuff, and it's jacking people up. You know, so you gotta be mindful of the foods. You know, like I was eating some some fish that was kosher, you know, and you know, scales and fins, and but they had it already packaged or whatever, and I had bought it. And I noticed, like, and it was good, man, real good food, man, good fish. But I read the back, everything lined up fine. And then you know, I kept buying it. And then one time I bought it and ate it, and oh man, it had me feeling all weird. Like the whole weekend, I felt so bad. I didn't even know if I was gonna do highways or not. But I endured and pushed myself, you know, to go out, you know, because next thing you know, I don't need no Jake trying to. See, he's skipping out on the highways. I knew someone right about him, even though I've been going out every, you know, whenever, you know, time for me to do my highways or just going out there, I go out, you know. But anyways, that fish, man, I was like, oh man, I was feeling weird. So then when I went back, something told me, go back and read the box again. And then they had on there, and it says contains the bioengineered stuff. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy, man. They didn't have it on there the first time, because I remember I looked at it, I said, man, this is crazy. But it just shows you that Esau will, he'll put, you know, he'll see, because, you know, he checks on what people are buying, and then he'll like, okay, all right, it's time to go on and add some stuff to that. All right, and then he put it on the box. But that shit, man, it had me all jacked up, man. But call all your how about Shimei Shai, you know, it didn't kill me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? We don't know, man. This devil is wicked, man. All right. Verse 16, it says, there is no riches above a sound body and no joy above the joy of the heart. All right. So, you know, a lot of that is also going into your foods and stuff. Like I said, you know, that don't mean you lay around being slothful. You know, yeah, you can exercise and do things, but man, hey, you want to be up in those gyms, man. Hey, that's not right. And you don't need to put all that on there. You know, and I know some like say, well, we'll do it to motivate other brothers and stuff like that, and that's fine. But if you're setting that page up as an exercise page, then that's fine. You should do that. But you know, definitely don't follow me, which he's not following me anyways. But because I'm not gonna follow your page if that's what you push on there. I'm looking for truth, man. All right. You know, the Bible tells you, you know, if anything, you want to be around like-minded individuals. Okay. And that's not like-minded, because I'm not thinking the gym is not on my mind. You know, my mind is this. Is Yahweh Shimei Shai, this work, you know, pushing this truth and waking our people up. All right. So this is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2, and it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, okay? And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. But the key part is learn not the way of the heathen, okay? Which one of their ways is the gym, okay? And there you have it. You see that on there. That's why I started off with the scripture. You'll know them by their fruits. You got that on your page. And a lot of times is what it is people will envy you because they don't have what you got. You know, maybe they wish they had that. They had that drive, that passion, that artistic mind to even want to do art to try to edify our people. You know, they don't have that. You know, you got some that when I first started doing the art, they inboxed me about it, and I noticed right after that they just stopped liking my posts, because they were liking my posts and then they stopped, and then a lot of them went and did their own thing, which that's fine about doing the art, but they just start acting funny with me. And I'm like, dang, you came to me, you know, and I'm not acting proud or boastful about even that, but I'm like, you know, they came to me about like, what you doing? They want to know how you do it. Don't try to figure out how I do it. You know, you can't do it how I do it. And this one individual in the truth, all right, which I'm not going to mention the name because, you know, I don't need nobody trying to target somebody. But this individual, I was kind of venting to him a little bit about, like, man, because, you know, they had a request, and I told them I wasn't doing anymore, which I'm going to do this request that they gave me, you know, because it's regarding Jacob's trouble. I'm going to do some art on it. It's going to be beautiful too, man. I'm taking my time with it. But the individual told me, hey, you know, I seen what was going on with all that, and you know, your response about it and stuff. He said, and the individual said that what it is you have something that they don't have, you know, and they can't do what you, the way you do it, so they envy you. You know, there's envy there, you know, in that. So, and I'm like, man, and I kind of like was thinking that, and I'm like, man, I felt that through the spirit, but I was like, man, I don't know. But hey, individuals is like that. You know, when people can't do it the way you do it, they'll envy you, okay? And just try to shame you and hate you. And I think a lot of times they'll try to jump on you and gang up on you and to push you to the point to where you just don't do it no more. Because what it is, they might feel like, hey, you're a low-key threat or something, which it ain't no threat. We all brothers. We supposed to be brothers. We're all Israelites. We're of the same nation. Okay, we might be different tribes and stuff, but we're of the same nation. We're supposed to be having the same go, you know? And that's getting the hell up out of this place, man. But in order to do that, we have to have brotherly love, you know? And like I said, open a rebuke is not publicly like this guy thought it was, but it's between you and that individual. If you go check my other lesson out, and I brought it out, you know, like I said, I look up words and meaning of words and breakdowns and stuff, you know? Like I said, I don't just be saying stuff. Because he says, oh, because, you know, when you just think open rebuke, you think that means, oh, in front of everybody, okay? If there's but when the scripture's telling you if it's something between me and you coming to me about something and rebuking me, all right, then it should be between me and you and not in front of everybody. So what my intentions are, I'm looking, that's why I get on the defense a little bit, because I'm kind of like, all right, are you doing this to try to publicly shame me in front of everybody? So say, look, he's going off. So then everybody will just start withdrawing themselves from me and stop following my stuff because you said something. Because a lot of jakes will do that. They want to try to get people join a bandwagon, you know, to a come up against you. But you better be very, very careful with that too, man. Because when a man is sincere and he's just doing the work of the Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he's going to find you out. He's going to begin to put the scope on you. And see, and he's putting the scope on you right now through me. I'm just a vessel. But I go to your page and look at your page. What is it that you're doing? Okay, now it's your turn to get the rebuke. All right, and you might try to think that it's not going off, but I've just proved by research and showing you where the gems start at. It's not even a custom of ours, it's of the heathen. I told you that in those gems, we know it's no secret that women go on those. You know, you could just go on your Instagram and see all kinds of them OnlyFans women, or you know, some call them the word thoughts and stuff. They're on these in these gyms, working out with the camera, showing they behind. And a lot of you jakes ain't fooling nobody. You might really be in there just so that you can look at that and be in there lusting. I'm telling you, man, you better get it together. I'm gonna read this again. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. See that? And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. All right. So that's all I'm bringing on that part. Okay. Because see, what we need to be doing is pushing truth. And like I said, you know, he might believe that he don't have to push it on Instagram, but look at the content that you're pushing. You don't think that you're going to be judged, even though you feel that way, or you was told that, you know, you ain't got to push it on there. You're still going to be judged on what kind of content you put on there. And if you think that the gym stuff is pleasing in the sights of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, we're going to see. Okay? Because there's going to be a lot of men that stand before Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and they're going to be doing, Lord, Lord, have I done all these wonderful works? You know, which brother was talking about, man, I think that might be going a lot into Christianity, which it is. But it also, you remember, judgment starts with us. There's going to be a lot of guys, because it is, when you look at the scriptures, it talks about a lot of wicked men of Israel. So a lot of men of Israel are going to get judged. Okay? Even some in this truth, they're going to get jacked up, you know, by the Heavenly Father. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'd rather get jacked up now than to get jacked up like at the end and not make it, you know. You know, not just, you know, like where he's letting you know, like, hey, get you straighten your act up, you know, so you can be delivered, you know. Because that right there alone is telling you, hey, you might play a important role in this kingdom to come. You know, you want to be a first fruit of the kingdom. All right. I want that. I want to be able to see Yahweh Shai, you know, with my eyes, man. I want to see him. I want to see the angels, man. I want to thank him. I want to sing praises. I want to meet my brothers in this truth. There's cool, diligent brothers, man, that I've met in this thing. Not personally met them, but like, you know, talking with them through social media. I want to see them in person and everything. Just let brotherly love continue, man. And the sisters, everything, just being happy, man, and in the kingdom and out of this hellhole. You know, this is hell. Man, I lost everything coming into this truth, and I'm not crying about it. I'm glad, because there was a lot of fake friends, fake family members, you know, and all that. And this truth really just weeded all that out, you know. And a lot of times there were family functions I didn't even like going to because the energy's so fake. And now with this truth, they really just be like, you know what? You know, they don't invite me because they know, like, okay, that goes against his religion. You know, they'll say stuff like that. And I just be happy. I'm just smiling, call all Yahweh Shai Shai. I didn't want to go to that no way. It's fake. And everybody really hate each other, you know, my family, and just be fronting. It's all a competition. Who got the biggest TV, the biggest house? Who got this? Who got that? How long you been on your job? Well, I've been on mine this many years. You know, everything's a competition. And Yahweh Shai Shai is not dealing with that. And I really don't care about any of that, because you know, when you know, I'm like, man, this place isn't going to be destroyed. But our people thumb their nose up when you say stuff like that. But it's true. Shoot, Yahweh Shai Shai got his eyes set on this sinful kingdom. All right, known as America, aka Babylon the Great. All right, but this is Mark 16 verse 15, because we supposed to push this truth, man. And it says, and he said unto them, go ye into all the world, okay, and preach the gospel to every creature. All right, now you got brothers that actually got on planes and travel, whether it's different like camps and stuff. I've seen that. You know, I've seen that happen, okay? But we know that this truth is being pushed on a grand scale by way of the internet, okay? By way of the internet. And there's all types of platforms, all right? Whatever ones you're on. I'm not on every single platform, okay? But with the ones I'm on, I am going to push truth on it, all right? You know, I'm just being diligent, you know, making my call and election assured. But it's not me posting a lot of stuff, making myself better, because some people get threatened by that. So then they start to resort that they want to call you names, but really they wish they had that spark, that fire that you have. And you know, they might be on fire on YouTube. Well, on YouTube, I'm putting out 1,000 of them a day, you know. Okay, well, that's good for you. That might be your lot. And if people really look at your life and stuff, which I don't meddle, because, you know, the Bible said meddle not with many matters, but hey, some Jakes don't have 9 to 5s. They don't have to worry about getting up and going to a job. You know, they might live with a relative or something. You might be in your mama's basement or something. I don't know. Which I'm not knocking anybody that is. You know, hey, I kind of wish in a way I could, but my family is, you know, it's not as tight, you know, especially with this truth now. But even if I was living with them, it would be hell. You know, I tried that, and it almost led to me being homeless again, because I've been homeless before, and it almost led to that, you know. So I was grateful that I knew somebody, you know, and was able to get a place, you know, because it would have led to me being on the streets, man. You know, and it was really bad. You know, like I said, I could tell you my testimony, and you realize the type of stuff Jake go through, but the curses is heavy with my family. And if you try to live with them, with an individual, they're going to drain you of all your money until you have nothing left. You know, if you go to work, they want your whole paycheck. They'll find some way to try to get it. Oh, we got all these bills. And it's like, you know, I don't have those bills. I'm at work all day, you know. But we got this $1,000 electric bill. You know, they try to include you in on it. But then want to throw you out and tell you that it's their house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? I don't like that control. I like to have my own place. And that's why I work. I have to work in order to keep a roof on my head, or I'm going to be on the streets. Okay? You know, hey, I can't do these lessons without these phones. And this phone, you have to pay the phone bill on it and stuff. So it takes money to make things, you know, move. All right? Make things shake. Okay? So you got to work. All right? But you got a lot of guys in this thing that'll try to shame you for that too. You know, talk about Jake that's working 9 to 5. You know, hey, that's part of the burden that we have to have. The curses and stuff. You're gonna have to work. All right. And if you can't work, I look at it like this: if you can't work a 9 to 5 in this kingdom right now, then what makes you think that you're qualified to even uphold the kingdom to come? Because that's work too. Because we're not going to be governed. We're not going to be like a governor of like some small state. We're going to be governing over the whole earth. You know how big this earth is? Why you think he's got 144,000 men? This is it's a big place, man. And it's going to take that 144,000, you know, to go out here and assist Yahushua, man, in governing this earth. You know, we got to whip this place back into shape. You know, this devil, man, has destroyed it. You know, so that's a job. So if you can't do this, then you might not be qualified for that. You know, I've mentioned how I had a dream about guys that thought they were going to be the 144,000, and those guys that they got delivered and everything, they were part of the 1/3, but they wasn't 144,000. And these guys are heavy on talking about that, like yeah, 144,000. But they wasn't that. But the guys that they were putting down, doing videos on and shaming and making them seem like they weren't men of the Lord, those guys ended up getting it. When you look back at David's, which I love David's story too. You know, David wasn't like his brothers. His brothers were, and I think they were more fit too. You know, like you see these guys, they in the gym getting these bodies and stuff, flexing, and it might be, and here's David, you know, a skinny guy, man. Even though eventually he got up there, you know, because hey, Yahweh Shem Shah was dealing with him, man. You don't think that David didn't have some spiritual power? Come on, man. The things that he was able to do, all right. When Yahweh Shem Shah, he'll elevate you. You gotta let Yahweh Shem Shah elevate you. You know, ain't nothing wrong with exercising, but you ain't gotta be going in there trying to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, Yahweh Shem Shah is gonna elevate you, and that's what he's gonna do with his men. Okay. But we're supposed to preach this gospel out throughout the whole world, man. All right. You know, so you know, and not just be like trying to like, oh well, it's just YouTube and that's it. Okay, but if that's what you want to believe, okay, then that's fine. You keep that same energy, all right. But man, it will be a sad day, and I just pray that I'm not one of those individuals. All right, like I said, I'm sincere, and I just want to make my call election sure. All right, I try not to offend anybody and stuff like that. But my main thing is just really just, you know, doing whatever I can to the best of my abilities at fishing for the elect. But also, the most important thing is making my call election sure. Because like I said, doing all this, you know, what will be the point of doing all this if you don't get delivered, okay? You want to be delivered in this thing, man. You want to be a first fruit in the kingdom, and I want that, man. Because I really want to be able to know what it's like to start a family and stuff like that. I'm glad that I don't have kids, man, because I look at this, how Babylon is right now, and it's like, man, this is like the wrong time to really be trying to raise up some children in this wicked ass place. It's real bad, especially if you put them in like these public schools. You know, they trying to put your child in a dress. You know, you're talking about your boy, put your little son in a dress, you know, and tell your daughter, man, she can be a boy, you know. All right. So this is John, the 21st chapter. I'm going to start at the 15th verse, and I'll go ahead and end it on this. Like I said, I didn't expect it to be this long, but I just, like I said, part 2 to yesterday, because there was so much more. Like I said, it was getting late, and I knew I had to work in the morning and stuff like that, and I just, there was more I wanted to say. And plus, when I was putting that video uploading, I got to looking at his page, and I'm like, I seen the exercise stuff. I'm like, oh, man, I knew I would have covered that. I would have been up all night until it was time to go to work, you know. Because like I said, what we do as men of the Lord, when people scoff and come up against us, which he wasn't scoffing or nothing, or at least I don't think so. I hope not, I pray not, you know, because you want to be careful about offending one of the little ones that believe on Yahweh Shem Shah, because he did renege. He started off, he told me I was going off with my images, then he complimented it at the end, talking about they were nice images, which I showed you in that lesson, the proof, all right, and then in the inbox, when it was all said and done, he said my images are flawed. You know, so it's like, okay, which one is it? Are they my images dope, or are they flawed? What is it, man? You know, just showing you some of these guys are double-minded, and I ain't bearing false witness, but it looked like he be knocking his mustache off. You know, because you can see where the little shadow around there, like he had a mustache and he knocked it off. You know. And if he's doing that, man, Yahweh Shem Shah, you know, hey, that's going off. And I'm surprised no one in his campus said anything. But, you know, there could be favoritism with certain guys. All right, but again, John 21st chapter, the 15th verse, it says, so when they had dined, Yahushua saith to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my lambs. Okay. All right. Verse 16, he saith to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my sheep. See that? That's the second time, all right? All right. Here's the 17th verse. He saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time. You know how you keep repeating yourself? People are like, man, I don't like that. All right. Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. And Yahushua saith unto him, feed my sheep. Okay. So that's what you need to be doing. All right. Nobody wants to see your exercise videos. They want to see your thighs too. You know, because like I said, the men of the Lord should be modest as well. Okay. You shouldn't be showing your thighs and stuff and doing exercise videos. You can be causing a woman to lust. You know, and some of them exercise strategies you was using looked kind of suspect, man. Like I said, you know, that ain't right. And I showed you the information about where them gyms come from. All right. And what was going on in there. Okay. All right. So Lord willing, you found this lesson here edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. And shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Until the next one. Shalom.